The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
It sounds just as good as oh no, I didn't even post it. The very last one we did.
No, I watched because after
you watched it on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's not good. I didn't bother posting it. It sounds as bad as it did while we were recording. I haven't heard just the audio. Like I have just the audio file. It might be better.
Yeah, it's just as far as I can tell, it's just as broken up.
Yeah, but when they're recorded separately, like the audio can be better sometimes. I don't know. Yeah. Zoom does that. They give you the audio separate from the video.
Oh.
And then the video sounds like shit, but the audio itself sounds good. We're wasting time. Hi. Happy Wednesday. September the 8th, 2021. I'm Eric, talking at you as always from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where you can go to Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina today and apply for the Eric and Gord loyalty card. You get 1,000 points for applying and you lose 2,000 if you don't.
And every time you check it, it drops.
Every time you want to know your total, it goes down by
500.
Gord's just went up 10. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for sticking with us through all the shit. I'm sorry there hasn't been an episode in a while. We recorded our last one, and some of you watched it on Facebook. I know, because I get a report. And many of you did not, and you missed out, because that one may never make it to air. It sounds awful.
It was a good episode, but it was terribly recorded.
Yeah, and I can't. There's a point where you just can't edit it. So I either put it up like the good old days, or I just bite the bullet and go a week without one. But hopefully I didn't lose too many of you guys in our week off. I apologize. This week so far is off to a much, much better start. So
yeah, 0 complaints so far.
Oh, wait, my computer's not on. No, that would be. This isn't a microphone. It's a microwave. What the hell?
You literally just revealed the fact that I don't actually exist.
Oh, yeah. I forgot Gord doesn't exist. Well, then who the hell am I always late for?
And why is this asshole setting the fucking rules?
Yeah, there. The $1 million question. Who the fuck set these rules?
Must have been a banker.
That is the question of the day, kids. Who the fuck makes the rules? Number one. And number two, why do the banks own us? And why do we listen to the 5 fucking banks? I don't get it. I'm trying to get a car, like better than a $500 car, because my $500 car seemed to not work. Today on my way home, just randomly, my signal light stopped working.
Well, that's awesome. Well, that just means you're as good as a BMW driver now.
They're somehow linked to my wipers, so I can either have wipers or signals. I cannot have both. So there is no signaling in the rain.
Oh man!
Or there's no wipers in the rain. It's an adventure. Every day's an adventure. Smitty is my car's name.
You know, it's funny. Speaking of random things when you're driving, I was on my way home from work. Was it fucking yesterday, day before yesterday? I don't remember. Whatever, one of the fucking days. And as I'm barreling down this fucking side road, a cop was pulling out of his house in his cop car. And so he's sitting behind me, and I still haven't renewed my plate sticker yet.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
So I still have that. And, you know, like the cops around this area in particular are pretty fucking heartless. They don't seem to give a shit about anybody. So this guy's following me, and you see at one point he rolls up kind of close. He's like, yeah, that's the wrong color. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm going to get pulled over. I'm sure everything else is up to date, but fuck, he's going to nail me for this. And he followed me. As soon as just before I got the highway, he pulls up beside me at the lights, and he does one of these. He's like, I know. He gives me that little nod and wave. He's like, I know.
That's
and
awesome.
As soon as I'm allowed, I'm charging your ass, because right now they're still not allowed to.
Right. I got pulled over a while ago because the guy couldn't see. I just have a temporary permit, right? I don't have a license plate yet.
Yeah.
This is in my old car. And the cop couldn't see the temporary permit in the window, so he pulled me over. And he was walking up. He's like, "Oh, I didn't see your permit. Sorry, man. That's why I stopped you." And I'm like, "That's cool." He's like, "But do you have your license on you anyway?" I'm like, "No, no, I don't."
Actually,
He's like, "All right, well, get home. No more driving tonight." He's like, "We're not worried about no licenses today." I was like,
all right. Then.
"Okay." I went straight to work.
And then grocery shopping, and then went to the fucking video store.
But if there's any cops listening to this podcast, you're not allowed to penalize me. But that temporary permit that I do have was bought about a month and a half ago. I just photocopy it and change the numbers every night.
And that is it a 10-day or a 1-day?
No, it's a 1 day.
It's like at least get the 10-day.
No. It's $27 a day. And for 3 months it's only $175, but I don't have it. So I just put it through Photoshop and changed the date every day. It's going to be difficult because in 2 days we go into double digits, and that's going to be hard. On the 10th, it's going to be tricky.
Oh, yeah, that will be difficult.
So, Kelowna RCMP. Don't look out for me. I'm fine.
just ignore me. I'm a figment of your imagination.
Well, that just because, like, do you feel safer because you have insurance? Like, do you feel safer because the other drivers have insurance? You're like, okay, now I'm fine. No. It's a meaningless piece of crap anyway.
And the main reason is because in Ontario specifically, we have no fault insurance.
Yeah, we adopted it too. We don't
fun.
call it that, but it's basically the same. But here's the thing, guys. Listen up. You know who's the best goddamn driver on the roads? The guy with no license and insurance, because he's not making any fucking mistakes.
That's right.
Trust me.
It's not the guys running drugs or running fucking, people and shit. It's the guy without insurance and a license. That's the guy who's obeying all the laws, doing everything fucking right.
I am the best driver in the Okanagan Valley right now.
I've seen the drivers in BC. That's not a good claim.
That's not saying much. You're very right. And Kelowna is fucking terrifying. Everyone here has a giant pickup truck for no reason.
Yeah.
It's because their grandparents had farms 50 years ago. And none of them know how to drive them. Nobody learns. And they're all friends, I think. So the one dude at ICBC that graduated with them just gave them all licenses.
Tommy, is that you? Fuck yeah, man. License for you.
Yeah.
Here's your insurance. You're good.
Still driving their fucking 95 5-liter Mustangs.
Do you still got your dad's pickup? Yep. Oh, wicked.
Is my Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch tape still in the deck?
Fucking right.
Let's roll.
I play it every day. And you know why? Because I got good vibrations, motherfucker.
That is radical. Dude, 1995 was radical.
There's no denying that.
It's never going to be like that again. It's not. It's really not. The 90s were great. What can I say? Anyone who's too young to remember the 90s, you're dumb. You missed out. They were awesome. You guys have sucked since then. No, we're not getting any better, though, I tell you. I am starting to feel very much my age. Anyway, I work. I'm one of the oldest guys at my work. There's like 3 guys that are in even my demographic. It's upsetting, to say the least.
Yeah, I can slightly top that because my supervisor was he was giving me lip about something, and it was about because we were arguing about how one of the conveyor systems was working. And I'm like, you understand you're talking to a guy who installed them professionally for 8 fucking years. You don't have more experience than me with this. I know more about this than you do. Back the fuck off. And he kept fucking arguing it. And he said, he goes, I've been working in fucking warehouses before you were even sucking on your mommy's tit. And I go, Steve, let me ask you a question. He goes, yeah. I said, how old are you? He goes, I'm 45. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm 47. Like, first of all, shut the fuck up. You fucking dick.
It's hard when they're cops. They're fresh out of the academy. They're like 19 years old. You're like, come on. I cannot take you seriously for another 15 years. Just fuck off.
It's just funny.
Yeah, the young boss is difficult to deal with. My boss at Tommy Guns was notoriously, everyone on this show knows, he was in his 30s and I thought he knew everything about everything. You don't. You know nothing until you're 42.
That's right.
You think you do, and that's cool. You're supposed to go through that phase where you think you know. After your first divorce and your first hernia, you'll start to get it. Or the first time you pass a kidney stone, that's when you start learning about life.
I haven't had either of those yet.
You are in good shape. Or an ulcer.
No.
Ulcer's always good for you.
I haven't had that either.
I've got a beautiful bleeding ulcer. You guys know about that. I've told you about it.
Yep.
It's a good buddy of mine. Oh, we get along great.
Is it Uli the ulcer?
Uli. I haven't named him yet. I should. Name him Greta.
Always spewing shit.
Yeah, makes coffee not fun. Makes food not fun. The list of foods I'm not supposed to eat is so ridiculous that I would die. The first thing that doctor said was no processed meat, no dairy, no grains, and no processed meat, dairy, grains, and fat. I'm like, that's pizza, dude. You're not taking away my fucking pizza. You just listed the 4 main ingredients in pizza. Fuck you.
The only 4 ingredients in pizza. Like, what the hell?
I just said, no, that's not happening. Like, take away pizza and ice cream. You might as well just cut off my dick and shoot me with it.
I've always said that if I ever went to the doctor, doc said, if you eat one more fucking steak, you are going to drop dead. I would be at the keg that night.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Give me fucking 6 tenderloins because I ain't paying the bill.
give me that 8-pound one that they challenge, then your whole table eats free.
Yeah, I will happily get through this.
I've never done that. There's a place in Calgary had an 8-pound hamburger, and if you can finish it, your table ate for free. Huh. You got 8 pounds is a big burger.
Yeah,
that's a baby.
Remember, have you seen the movie The Great Outdoors?
Yeah, of course.
When he eats the old 96er, the 96 ounce,
right?
And he finishes it. He goes, "There it is. It's all done." And the guy's like, "You ain't done yet. There's nothing but fat and gristle on that plate." He'll get it down. Don't worry. And fucking John Kay's like, no more, please. He's like all scared.
My brother could do that. My brother loves the gristle. He'll take it off everybody's plate and finish it off for you. I can't stomach
where all
it.
The flavor is fucking right.
That's where all the grossness is. Maybe dip your lobster in it, weirdos.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna cook a lobster in steak fat one of these days. What a great idea.
Can you boil steak fat? I guess you can boil anything.
Yeah, you can. I wouldn't boil it. Though. It's going to get rid of the nutrients.
Well, how are you going to kill the lobster?
Fuck.
Right?
I'll boil it. I will boil it just in steak fat then.
This is why you guys want to vote for me. A guy was on Facebook the other day saying how we should all just not vote, and then they would have to rethink the whole system. And I was like, no, fuck you. I took the Gord stance. I'm like, they wouldn't rethink the system. They would just vote for themselves and win by 1 vote, and we're in the exact same position we're in now.
Yeah.
I did say, though, do vote for me. Vote. That will make them change. If everyone in the country votes for me, they're going to have to fucking give me a job. They have to.
Yeah.
Maybe not the job, but they would have to give me a job.
If everybody voted for you, then they would have to give you the job.
See, I don't think they would. They'd find some fucking loophole somewhere in the law books that like, no, we don't. But if the point I'm making is don't not vote, but vote for me. And that will change. That will send the message. And I will go to Ottawa with that message and a fucking megaphone if I have to.
Just as long as you're 6 feet away.
And, yeah, no, that's the first thing that ends. That is the first. I will make masks illegal. Any masks from now on.
Surgeons, no more. You're not allowed to wear masks.
Scuba divers,
no
more masks. Masks are not allowed in my Canada. Welders,
they will be banned.
Beekeepers, nope. Sorry.
Suck it up, Buttercup. This is this is it.
Not in Eric's Canada.
That's genius. It's so good. Guys are welding. It's just like you get a job for the one day, then everybody's fucking eyes are burnt to a fucking crisp.
Oh my god, that's just funny. Just welding. That's a bad career now.
Yeah.
Everybody's car looks like shit, and all the welders in the country are blind.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have eyesight? Yeah. Sorry, you can't be a welder. All welders are blind, don't you know? It's done. It's done by feel. It's just nothing but blistered fingers and burnt eyeballs.
Better than COVID.
Better than COVID.
It's not.
Oh man.
My landlady had COVID. She was fine in 4 days.
Oh, by the way, you'll find this interesting. Speaking of COVID,
I already do.
There is an old folks home in this area. I can't disclose the name of it or how I found this out because the person could get into a tremendous amount of trouble for releasing this. But they had an outbreak in their old folks home. They got 20 cases and 2 deaths because of this outbreak. And what's funny is everybody is fully vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
So that whole I'm getting it to protect others.
No,
lie. No, you're not. The whole thing that you're getting it to be protected. Lies.
No. There's 80% of the people, all the people in Israel, 80% of the people who are hospitalized right now are fully vaccinated.
That's an interesting thing.
And in the States, they're reinstating masks for fully vaccinated people.
Yeah. Yep.
So what's the goddamn point?
A question was posed the other day, and I was thinking, I need to ask Eric this. This is quite genius. Do you not find it somewhat interesting that throughout all this COVID thing, you know who COVID hasn't affected apparently at all is the Taliban? No. ISIS is running fine and running strong, and in the middle of a pandemic, they took over a country.
They did,
and they
most
did
of them
it
live
without,
outside,
and they did it without wearing a mask.
Well, they've always got this going on,
which is pretty much just that's
the mask I wear.
Yeah.
But,
I thought that was genius.
That's my mask. Yeah, no, they're fine. Look at people in Africa; they don't care. No idea what COVID is, and they don't care.
No.
People who, like I said back in the day, people who have real problems aren't worried about COVID.
No.
We are in North America. It doesn't matter how poor you are in North America, you're better off than the fucking Taliban.
Yep.
We don't have problems. We like to think we do, and we make things. That's why we get Black Lives Matter, and we get, not that they don't, but you know what I mean. Nowhere in the world has time for these kind of protests and these kind of movements and this, let's focus on the fucking flu for 2 years. Other countries can't do that. And look at the ones that were badly affected it's business as usual. Look at Italy. Italy, yep. It's like it never fucking happened. They're back to crashing boats in Greece and shit.
That was a great story when that happened. I fucking loved it.
He just ran.
He bolted like lightning. Gone.
Captain goes down with the ship, not an Italian one. He's fucking out of there before it finishes sinking. He's on a plane.
Shit, we're about to hit the reef. Yeah, I'm out of here. Captain, should we change? Stay the course.
He's already on the shore. Oh, by the way, you're about to hit that reef.
Turn right. Oh, they didn't hear me. Damn it. I gotta go.
Hold on. Boom. Sorry. Oh, that should be so a cartoon. Good. That's funny as shit. That is really good. Yeah, code. Here's a funny thing. We were subject to an anonymous survey on Monday morning. Ooh. Hey, at the gate, we weren't allowed to enter the building until we did, because we have a code we have to enter to get through the gate.
Yeah.
Security is very high in the marijuana industry.
Makes sense.
And our security guards are the best. I love them. They're great. But they're like, we have to stop you for this anonymous survey. Okay, y'all fucking know who I am. First of all, it's not anonymous at all. We talk all day. And then at the end, the 2 questions on the survey were, are you vaccinated? Do you plan on getting vaccinated? Which the answer is yes, because you legally get 3 hours paid from work to go get vaccinated. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm going. Whether I go to Hooters for 3 hours or I go get vaccinated, I'm taking my 3 hours.
Either way, something's getting poked.
Yeah. So the question was, are you vaccinated? No. Do you plan on getting vaccinated? I was like, I checked both boxes, and then I handed it back, and he's like, okay, I just have to ask your name. That's not how anonymous works. Nick.
Nick.
It's like, well, Eric, man, I gotta ask your name. I'm like, first of all, you don't, because you just said it. Second of all, Nick, we know each other's fucking names, and that's not anonymous. That's very anonymous, or whatever.
Whatever the opposite of anonymous is, that's what this is.
That is public knowledge. It's not anonymous at all. So I don't know what's going to happen with the answers. I don't know if it's a thing or what the results of this survey are going to be, but I just said, they said, are you vaccinated? I said, no. Are you planning on it? I said, no. So is he.
That's funny.
My boss, we have a warehouse, a very big warehouse that's off the property. We're trying to sell it because we don't need it, but I go there a lot. And my boss called me right at the end of the day. I was trying to get home for this. And he's like, are you still at the warehouse? And I was like, yeah, but I'm just about to leave. He's like, great, hang out there. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Oh, God.
Like, sweet. So just for a split second, I was like, I should fucking leave right now and report a break-in. That would be the best goddamn thing. And I had my phone in my hand. I'm like, do I call 911 right now? Or, no, I gotta keep this job for a month.
At least.
Only because I'm getting thrown out of my house, so I need a job for a month.
It's funny.
I may have to be living at the dentist's office that I clean on weekends, but that's okay. It's a nice place. Big couch in the waiting room. So, that's it. That's all I got for news.
I got something.
It's all me, and some Miley Cyrus stuff. Probably, I don't know. That's all I get in my feed is Miley Cyrus news on Google.
Oh, lovely.
Billie Eilish and Miley Cyrus and like Windows 11.
Speaking of Billie Eilish, by the way, she has she just has a new album that she released, and she did like a concert thing.
Yeah, and a movie, documentary.
Yes. And I actually watched it, and it was good. I'll give it full credit. She sounds fucking phenomenal live, and you know, I was sitting there with the wife and stepdaughter, and it was humorous because when I listen, most songs, even if I know all the lyrics, rarely do I know what the song is about.
Right.
I just, that type of information, 99 points, unless if it's like a direct fucking story, like where there's no mincing the fucking words. It's just like, you know, I got in my car and got into a car accident. Okay, now I know what's happening in the song.
Like the Beverly Hillbillies theme song. That one's okay.
Yeah, see that one I get because it's a legit story. You know, it makes sense to me. So I'm sitting there, like we're watching the thing and we're enjoying it and everything else. And I look over, the fucking girlfriend's fucking crying and the fucking stepdaughter's fucking crying, and I'm like, hey, what the fuck? And I flip open the lyrics and I'm reading the lyrics. I'm like, wow, this chick can really fucking write. Like,
oh yeah, she can.
Man, like there's some fucking intense lyrics she's got, and I was really impressed. Even like
for a 19-year-old, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so
and that's why I only know her live. Like I don't know much of her recorded stuff. I've steered clear of it for a lot of years, but I do love her live stuff.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive. You know, one of the things that one of the songs came on, and my girlfriend was like, "Hey, isn't this the song from the James Bond movie that she did?" I'm like, fuck, I forgot she did a James Bond song, and
yes, she did,
which makes sense because she's got the voice for it.
Yeah,
and you know, and it makes perfect sense. And then, so we're sort of talking about that, and then my girlfriend says something. She goes, "Oh, you know," and also like, no, the Adele one. I'm like, look, Adele was made to make a James Bond fucking song.
Yeah, that's like, why they made her
meant for it. You know, like this. She can have whatever music career she wants in her life, but as long as she has to do at least one song for the fucking Bond movie.
Adele was actually made in a laboratory. That's how she lost weight so quickly. She's she's not real. She's
not real. No, she's out of. She's done now. Like she has kids now, and she said, "No, I'm done. I'm pregnant now, and that's it. I'm done." And she stopped.
She lost weight, and then she's like, "Screw you guys. I'm out of here. I'm pretty now. I'm fucking off with that Australian one. What's her name? I never Rebel."
Oh, Rebel Wilson. Yeah, she's another one that's lost a tremendous amount of weight.
Yeah, it's weird.
Quite shocking. And yeah, she looks. I love. There's I made a comment. Talk about a miscommunication and making a comment. I made the comment about that thing. I'm like, I said, yeah. And the next question that's going to come up is going to be, yeah, but cause since she's not fat anymore, is she still going to be funny?
Yep.
And
Look at Jonah Hill.
Yeah. My girlfriend looks at me. She's like, that's what you fucking think? No, not me. Hang on. Let me clarify.
But she gets credit for it. And oh my God, she's so beautiful. Look at that. She doesn't get it. She's still going to be funny. Jonah Hill ate shit for years when he started losing weight.
He's still eating shit for it.
It's such a double standard when it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's why Chris Farley refused. That's part of the reason.
I was going to say, I don't think that was the whole reason, no.
Well, most of it was he was coked out of his head and he didn't know he was that fat. And when you can dance like that man could, you don't care if you're fat.
No, doesn't matter.
That dude outdanced Patrick Swayze for real.
That was the best skit ever. The Chippendales.
Everyone on Saturday Night Live very famously hated it. Just because it was Chris Farley, like, at his worst. Like, you see him, he's all red-faced and shit. That's not from the acting.
No, no.
He showed up like 45 minutes late that night for his hour-long show, and he just ran on stage and did that, and then fucked off and died. It's a weird night for them.
It's a very, very strange night.
But very funny. Like, I guess Lorne Michaels told him to not even go on stage that night. He's like, you're not going on tonight or whatever. And he's like, he just kind of bullied his way out onto the stage and did that skit.
I'm doing it anyway.
It was all basically improvised.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, he was just like, fuck you. You want to see who can be funny? I'll show you fucking funny. It's like, don't worry about my coked up fucking horrible life. I can show you funny. And he did.
I am gonna outdance Swayze fucked on coke, and he did it.
That's how Farley was. He could pull it like all the Matt Foley stuff. I live van down by the river. He used to crack like the one with David Spade and Christina Applegate. And they both just fucking lose
it. So good.
And Lorne Michaels' number one rule is don't laugh, don't break character. You can't laugh on stage. That's why they all try to make each other laugh on stage because they'll get in trouble afterwards for laughing.
I mean, how much shit did Jimmy Fallon get? Because, I mean, he laughed after every line.
Oh,
no matter if he said it or if somebody else did. That's all he did was laugh at everything.
And, but that one, like, David Spade ends up rolling on the floor. He just can't, it was Spade. He just can't keep it together. He's like, maybe I don't smell good. Maybe I don't wash the area between my scrotum and inner thigh. Maybe I've never had sex. Maybe I don't understand how that works.
Quote.
And he just fucking keeps going and going, and it's all just made up.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
Like, same with that thing from what was the Black Sheep? Is that the
name
of
yeah.
the movie? When he does the fat guy in a little coat?
Yeah.
Totally just because like he sound because like apparently right before the scene he just said he was like, hey, give me your jacket.
Yeah.
He puts on his fat guy in a little coat.
That's just good comedy.
Amazing.
And that's very famously, I don't know how many people know, but I do because I was a big fan. David Spade's last words were to him. He had just gotten a new suit. And he turned to Spade. He said, hey, does this jacket make me look fat? And David Spade said, no, your face does. And that was the last words he ever spoke to him.
Which is again, genius. Absolute genius.
Spade is he's a funny guy too. He's a weird dude in real life.
You know, speaking of, somebody did like a mural of Kurt Cobain. Have you seen this going around?
No.
It's literally David Spade.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they can call it Kurt Cobain because it's not Kurt Cobain at all. It is fucking David Spade.
There is some bad likenesses of Kurt Cobain in the world. People have some weird images of him that don't look anything like him. Jim Morrison was good for that too. You'd see a lot of Jim Morrison art that you're like, who the fuck is this dude?
Is that Val Kilmer?
Yeah, right? The worst. That movie had like 4 things in it that were real. Oliver Stone is very a bad director in that way. He's a good director, but he takes some creative liberties, shall we say. I can't wait till he does a movie about me. So Gord's looking for a Kurt Cobain picture that we'll throw up online and show you guys what we're talking about. That'll go on the Facebook.
Fuck, I have no way of showing it to you because it's on my laptop. But literally, just go on Google, type in Kurt Cobain painting David Spade. That's all you gotta type, and it is.
All right, we'll try it here.
It's so good because and the legit thing about it is it's actually like in the thing. There's a picture of the David Spade picture they took it from.
Oh, really?
Like it's so.
Well, Spade was big in the '90s. It could be. We could do some sort of collaboration.
I guess.
In the meantime, you guys can watch this commercial right here. Is it gonna work? How does it work? Oh yeah, it does too. Look at that. I'll let you guys watch this while I look up Gord's picture.
Nice. Yeah, literally, Kurt Cobain painting David Spade.
That's all you get? That makes you want, oh shit, you're right, eh? Holy crap, look at that.
See?
That's just stupid.
Like, that's nothing about that, aside from the flannel. Nothing about that is fucking Kurt Cobain.
No, that's pretty rough.
Kurt
the
Cobain,
bottom, do you have the one that's like the collage of all the paintings?
No, I just have it's just the one.
Okay, I've got a picture of it. It's a collage, and it's got a painting that looks more like Kurt, but not the one you're talking about. The one you're talking about is just David Spade. Someone's confused them horribly.
Yeah.
That was another ad for Legacy, the Ashes of Purgatory album that's coming out this year, and that was a bit of a song, and that was me doing my best, try to sound like Ashes of Purgatory voice.
Sounds fucking awesome.
But that's all you get. That's all I'm showing you for that clip. I love that because it's just like you just get the one line, and that's it. It's done. Want to hear it again?
Yes.
We have no show. Let's do this. That is not my eyeball.
Oh.
But the guy in a plaid shirt in the fire, that me. That's part of the reason I couldn't podcast for a while was singing that song.
It blew the throat out.
It did. I don't think I've even fully recovered yet. Because it's that for like 3 minutes, just fucking top of my lungs. My landlord went camping for a week.
Time to record some death metal.
I'm gonna do an Ashes song. And I did. And I must have done that. I'm notoriously public, guys. If you want some behind the scenes info, I'm never ever satisfied with myself ever. So I must have done the vocals on that for about 20 hours straight. And it's a 3-minute song.
I would have done half of one take. It would have been like, that's good.
No.
And just double it. It's fine.
No, one note could be off and I'll have to redo the whole, like a guitar line. If I miss one note, I'm like, fuck, I got to redo the whole thing. Because if I just punch it in, they'll know. I'm like, I can't punch in. I always have to redo the entire fucking song.
Oh, fuck. Every time I've been in the studio, I'll be fucking sitting there playing. One of the guys like, Gord, what? You missed Chugga Chugga on the spot. So? It's fine. It's live. It's live off the floor. Don't worry about it. No, dude, this is going on an album. You gotta make sure it's right. No, I don't.
We'll fix it in the mix. Move on.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, I don't care.
Fix it in the mix, not me. I hate editing, right? So I like fixing it in the mix, not an option. New pre-production is where it's at. There's no sit in the studio and edit the album. Fuck that. Album's done.
You know, one of my favorite things, we're in the studio and our singer at the time, Alex. Hey, Alex, what's up, brother?
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex. He now sells real estate. He does very well for himself, so very good. But he was struggling to hit this one particular note that we were forcing him to sing, which was completely out of his range. But we really wanted this note in there. And so he's in the studio. We must have been an hour and a half into it. And he just couldn't hit the fucking note. Well, so the engineer rewound the fucking track, hit play just to sort of give Alex like a second again to think. And Alex just belted out and he hit it. And he fucking nailed it perfectly. we didn't record it.
Oh.
And it's right after he goes, I did it. And all of a sudden, by Grant, the guy on my fucking face, where he leans over, hits the mic button, he goes, psych, we didn't hit record. Sorry, buddy, you got to do it again.
Oh.
I'm coming back tomorrow. Fuck you guys. Fuck, I'll never forget that day. That shit was so funny.
You know, a lot of what doesn't get recorded is the best part of what happens in the studio.
Yeah. We had this song called Hangover, and the whole beginning of it is just me with the guitar in front of the amp, which was a Marshall Stack, and I'm just screaming feedback. We didn't know it at the time, just because we were playing live, so we weren't really paying attention to it. But when we went back, we listened to it. It was like and it's on the album. We actually have the recorded version of it, so I actually made it on the EP. What was amazing about it was when the screaming hit, it's just and also it goes, and as soon as it hits the peak note, the drum kicks in, and then the whole song kicks in, literally at the most perfect moment as the build up hits. And when we went back and listened to it, we're like, but that wasn't even planned. Please tell me you have that still, right? That's not just like listen to it once and it disappears. That was like literally the most perfect thing. So we're just like, we're the greatest fucking band on the planet. We just assumed that was it.
I love it when that happens. I want to see if I can get this in the shot, since I guess if we're going to talk band stuff for a minute. Let me see if I can get a shot of this. How do I get it? Right there. See that, everybody? That is my Fender Stratocaster. Now,
made in where?
That's made in Eric's house. It's fake as shit. I painted that on there. It's not a Fender Strat. This is Chinese $100 piece of shit. But I put it. I have it up for sale for $300, and I put it Fender Strat $300. It says Fender Strat, and I look at it. It says Fender Strat.
Yeah.
So I get this message on Facebook. It says, "Hey, could you take a picture of the serial number for me?" I said, "No." So let me save you the suspense. It's not a real Fender. He's like, "Well, just take a picture of the serial number." I'm like, even if there was a serial number on this guitar, which there is not, but if there was, it would be fake. I'm like, I can write one on there if you like. And he's like,
I'm pretty good. I have a steady hand. I'm pretty good.
And then people weren't offended that I was selling a fake Strat and pretending it wasn't. People are offended that I'm selling a Strat for $300. I'm like, do you really think I'm stupid enough to sell my Strat for $300? It would be $1,000 if it was real, idiots. That should have been the first clue.
I know how much I paid for mine. Fuck. I got 60th anniversary USA Strat. That shit was not cheap. You know?
My American Strat I got in grade 11 was $1,100. That's almost 30 years ago. It was $1,100. Nowadays, I have no idea what they go for. But it's not $300. So all you people who I've changed the ad now. Now the ad says fake Fender Strat. Very, very fake. I think it says something like that. The original ad said it may not be a real Strat. And then I changed the ad to just say, look, it's fucking fake. Quit bugging me about the serial number. There isn't a number anywhere on this guitar, and there wasn't a name on it until I painted that on there. And I kind of regret it now. It probably would have been easier to sell without that, but
it looks great.
Yeah, it does. Well, if you look at the caster, that's a dead giveaway because it's right where it says, how do I get on camera? Cameras are always backwards and bugs me. Like where it says caster, you can tell it's clearly a different, like it's heavier.
Oh, yeah.
The A and the ER, that's where it's fucked up. The Fender I did all right. And the Made in USA. Really well. Made in USA. Yeah, it says Made in USA right there. That's made in
you suck
your sister's ass. I don't know. I was trying to think of something for USA that was clever with my name, and it doesn't work at all because there's no A or U or S anywhere near my name.
No. Doesn't work at all.
Made in, just buy it. I also have a scooter, my scooter for sale on Facebook for $200 because it doesn't work. People are like, why is it so cheap? I'm like, because it doesn't work. They're like, well, I can't buy it. It's not going to work. Well, no, if it did, I would sell it for much more money.
Yeah.
You idiots. Like,
do you not understand how this works?
it's
see previous Fender post.
Yeah. It's worth that much because it's just a wire and you could probably fix it if you know anything about wires. I don't fix wires. I'm very busy. So I don't have a clue, and I don't want to try and fix it, and I don't want to move a broken scooter. So I'm selling it at a ridiculous price. So anyone with a piece of electrical tape in 15 minutes, you're getting a good deal. People are dumb, is what I'm saying. Facebook is getting worse and worse and worse. Facebook is slowly becoming the next Twitter.
Yeah.
Where it's just, you post something, and then 800 people blast you for your post, and they're rude and gross. My friend Nori, oh God, love him. He's just like, hey guys, can we just remember that kids are on here and stuff? Went on for a big thing. He's like, we're all friends and we all got to get along. He's like, we can't just always be so negative and I just wrote, type, screw you, narc.
First of all, fuck you. I'm not your friend. Don't just think because I haven't fucking, kicked your ass, that doesn't mean that we're friends. Get the fuck out of here.
We met the first day of 8th grade. We've been friends since then. But so I'm just like, screw you, narc. I hope his wife and kids read that as he was posting, hey, it's family time. Let's all be nice to each other. Back you.
Daddy, what's a narc and why are you one? Oh,
that's
son,
my new,
Eric's just an asshole. Don't worry.
It's my new insult, just because number one, it's not really like, it's a legit good job to have, probably, and it's just like, it was a narc. Like, what am I narking on? We're 43 years old. Whatever, you're narc.
Oh, it's so good.
Such an immature, great insult. Whatever, narc.
Whatever,
Gaylord.
Gaylord. That one needs to come back. It's the best. I still remember how shocked I was when I found out that Gaylord was a name.
Yeah.
Shit. Oops. This whole time I haven't been insulting you. I've just been giving you the wrong name. That's just weird.
I guess that's why people think Karen's insulting now.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't get that. And there's a dude name now that they're using. It's like the male Karen. It's like Mark or something like that. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, I do. I remember seeing that. Kevin?
Yeah, it might be Kevin.
I think it might be Kevin. I don't know.
Stupid.
I know that for a long time they were doing what the fuck was it? What's the guy's name? Oh, this is bugging me. No, I'm not gonna think of it at the top of my head right now. But if you know a dude who has this name, this is his exact personality type. And the funny thing was I knew 5 of them by that name, and every one of them were the exact personality type. So I'm like, fuck, this one's real.
That's
jock like douchebags that fucking, that treat women like shit and fucking,
There are certain names where you just know Chad. Every Chad on the planet plays 5 sports, calls them all ball. Let's go play some ball. What ball are you like? I don't even know. And they're the guys who used to paint over their letters on their Toyota so that their hatchback just said "Yo."
Yeah. That was Chad.
Yeah, that was Chad. There's some names you just know. And then when those guys are like, when old dudes have douchebag names, it's weird. Like when you meet an old guy named Ryan, it's just like, what? There's no old guys named Ryan. Ryans are all bleach blonde douches who make fun of my name. Like there's no real people named Ryan or like Brent.
I know
or Chad.
Both of those.
Oh yeah, I know a few of them too, but it's like Ryan. That's not go back to high school, Ryan. I don't know. It's one of those names.
Wasn't that the name of the lead character from OC?
It was indeed. Don't you mock my OC
knowledge.
OC's not cool, by the way. I tried quoting it to some young girls, and then no, that's too old too.
No,
that's when you're so old that the show that was like the young 90210 is now too old. That sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
That was like the OC. This is like a remake of 90210, and I loved it. I loved the OC. I thought it was a great show. It's terrible, but it's great. It's like, I don't know. I liked it. Shut up. Whatever.
I was shocked to find out that the geeky son in that one,
Seth,
the other main character, Seth. I was shocked when I found out he was originally on Gilmore Girls. And
yes,
he just
was
left
indeed.
partway through that show. He was like an integral part of the show, and all of a sudden he was just gone. And that's when he went to the OC. Got that deal. Like,
he was. Who was he? He was in the band.
He was in the band. Yes,
with Sebastian Bach.
That's right.
Awesome.
Well, it was before Sebastian Bach joined the band, though. Sebastian
Oh,
Bach
I
came
see,
in
okay.
basically to replace him, basically.
Sebastian Bach was brilliant on that show. He was so funny and just playing himself, basically.
Yeah. You know, sad thing about him, by the way, in 2019, I think it was. So, you know, like obviously he's not part of the band Skid Row anymore. They have a different singer, who, by the way, is really fucking good. Like, perfect replacement for Sebastian Bach. The guy sings beautifully, but nonetheless, Sebastian Bach sent a text to all the original band members and just said, "Hey, look, guys, you know, the 30th anniversary of our first album is coming up.
Great record.
Don't you think?" I'm just sort of suggesting here, but maybe we should do like a reissue of it and like maybe a little tour or something like that. I think it'd be good. I think the fans would really appreciate it if we get all the original members back to do like this quick little tour. And every single one of the band members didn't even bother responding. Just
Wow.
flat out fucking ghosted them and snubbed them. And they ended up releasing Snake Sabo, one of the guitarists, ended up releasing a press statement basically saying, "Fuck you."
I met him at a PV
Who,
50.
Snake?
Yeah, it was a PV 5150, basically an infomercial.
Oh, nice.
And he was touring the country, just showing off the 5150. And he came to Wentworth Music here in Kelowna, actually.
Oh shit.
And I got to meet him and just talk guitars with him. I was very young, grade 9, I think, 10, something like that. Nowhere near affording a 5150.
No.
But yeah, that does suck because that album really was all they had. Their second album is a good record too, but nobody really cared about it.
Oh, I
don't
love
think-
Slave to the Grind. That was a great
So do
album.
I. Hey, for anyone in India or anyone under 40, if you don't know what we're talking about, look up Slave to the Grind or 18 in Life, something.
Yeah.
It was a great band. They were a great band.
Put on a great show. A really great show. I saw them when
I
they
never got
toured
to
with
see them.
Pantera. Yeah, I
That
saw when
would've
they
been
toured with
amazing.
Pantera, which it was. And guess who the opening act was for that? Fucking
Bon Jovi.
the Killer Dwarves.
Oh, nice.
Right? The guy still came
I
out with
like
the fucking
that.
tricycle. Like 10 years after the fact, he comes out with this little tricycle. Oh, yeah, they're awesome.
I think I like both ways. I like it when you just stick to your guns. Like Mike Reno, he's still rocking the leather pants. Like, just stick to your
Yeah.
guns. Be that, or don't. Like, I like it when they go the other way too. Like,
Well, look what happened
Like,
to what's his name from The Cure? What's the lead singer? What's his name?
oh, Robert Smith.
Robert Smith. Look what happened to him. The Cure mentioned they're going to do a big, reunion fucking tour, the first one, and they did the tour. But he didn't dress
I saw.
as he did as The Cure. He just dressed as what he is now, and the fucking fans freaked.
Yeah,
Everybody freaked out. Now he's back to his original '80s goth look,
yeah.
and you can tell he's not fucking happy about it. This is bullshit, man. Like, I got to dress like I did when I was 19. This is fucked.
Well, yeah, you don't want to really do that. Well, most guys do want to do that, but I think like if you've grown as an artist, you don't want to be like stuck like that. I think that's one of the reasons Cobain offed himself was he knew he was going to be. That's all he could be. He couldn't attempt something different. No one would allow it.
No, exactly. No matter what he did, it's going to be, hey, please smells like Teen Spirit.
Well, yeah, and like Dave Grohl still gets it sometimes, and he's made such a different legacy with Foo Fighters. It sucks. I luckily never reached any sort of level of fame where that had to be a consideration. But
Oh, speaking of weird band things, so I don't know if you've seen or heard the clips lately of Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
I have not heard anything about him. I've been following a lot of Metallica stuff.
Okay,
There's a lot going on with Dave Mustaine and shit. But anyway,
Yes, there is. Well, let me fill you in. So, I mean, first of all, for the past couple of years, ever since the reunion tour finished,
where he ate the rest of the band at the end.
where he
That's why
ate the rest of the
looks like
band,
that.
he got all fat. Well, during COVID, beginning parts of COVID, one of the things that Vince Neil said is that he's going to use this time of COVID, of being sort of stuck at home and everything else. He's going to hit the gym. He's going to lose weight. He's going to work on vocal training. He's going to come back stronger. better than ever. Blah blah blah. Blah. They're going to do another tour. Be awesome. Yada yada yada. Well, a few weeks ago, he did his first gig. I think it was in Vegas, wherever the fuck it was, and he's fatter than ever. Vocals sound horrible, like really horrible.
Nice.
Doesn't remember any of the words. Barely. They really just like, cause he just doesn't really know what he's fucking doing.
Yeah.
And it's just been getting lambasted to shit for it. Well, Nikki Sixx has released a statement where he's basically fucking threatened him, and he said, "Look, if you don't fucking lose weight and take care of your fucking throat, we're gonna replace you with John Corabi again."
Jesus Christ.
Which, for the record, they should, because that album they did with John Corabi is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it's like Van Halen and Gary Sharon.
This is
listen
good.
to me.
It's an amazing album.
Guns N' Roses just played Los Angeles for the first time since they were Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
And apparently the Axl Rose has gone the exact opposite route. Said he was the old Axl. He sounded great. He put on a great show. The band just nailed it. Which is fantastic to hear, because he was Vince Neil, 2-3 years ago.
That's right.
People thought first he was just done. He couldn't do it. And he just knocked it out of the park. So, and there's video footage. I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait, because to have him back, to have that band back, is just amazing.
Oh, fuck.
And it's all of them, except it's not Matt Sorum, I don't believe. I don't think Matt Sorum's drumming.
And I don't understand, why not bring back fucking what's his name, the original Steven Adler? Like, why? Why are they?
Because he had a stroke. He had a stroke.
He can still play though. Yeah, he can.
Can he?
He still plays. He's been playing shows left, right, and fucking center. I mean, they're like small ones, but nonetheless, they're still shows. He has a hard time speaking.
Yeah, but he can still drum.
He can still play.
Oh shit! Who knew?
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Cool.
They just flat out don't want him. I don't know why.
Well, it wasn't an amicable split by any means. No. I don't know if they remained, which sucks because he was the founding member. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Him and Slash started that band. Had to get booted up, but I mean, he was pretty rough. Like, if you've read Slash's book.
Oh yeah, he was in bad shape.
Adler they kicked him out to save his life, basically.
Yeah, and they did. They did save him.
But he ended up suing them afterwards, and it's just stupid. Don't do that. If you're in a band, write in Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com.
See,
Tell
this
us
is
about
where
your band and your weird band stuff.
This is where I appreciate band like Korn, when their drummer David, when his arm basically just stopped fucking working and he had to quit the band. Every album they still cut him a royalty check from even all the new albums that he's recording that he wasn't a part of.
I think that's cool, and I think it's fair, and I think if you're like a founding member or whatever, then you could do that. You don't have to, I guess, but it would be nice, like, to think that we could all do that.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice thing. It was a beautiful gesture. It's really nice. Very, very nice.
I didn't realize until I actually, it was Billy Corgan on fucking Joe Rogan. I didn't realize, because I always gave Eddie Vedder a hard time for taking a bigger cut than the rest of the members. And it turns out that's not by choice. That's just how taxes work in the States. Singers get paid separately from the band, and they get paid, the songwriter gets paid more, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
That's just how American tax laws are. He has to get paid more. So it's not like the singer takes it or the songwriter takes it. Oh, I wrote the song, I'm taking more. That they just force that on you. That's part of the how you get paid down there. So
yep.
So I got to cut him.
Has been very open about that.
It caused a lot of grief in Smashing Pumpkins, and Billy Corgan didn't want it. He didn't want it that way, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
He was making dollars when they were all making not.
I mean, he could have just given that cut away and split it up between the rest of the band.
Well, yeah,
just
that's the part that they never say, but it's like, yeah. I didn't want to take that money, but I bought a Ferrari with cash one day just for fun.
By the way, how's your Pinto doing?
Yeah. The other four are living in a van together, and he's buying a Ferrari with cash. But I feel terrible, guys. It's not the way I want it. Change the government. It's it.
It's a policy. It's part of the clause. I'm not allowed to give you guys this money.
Yeah, right. That's what would happen on the old Eric Gord show. I tell you.
That's right.
No, Gord, there's some weird rule. I'm not allowed to pay you.
Okay. Oh man.
But I'll be doing the show from my sorry.
From my yacht, and I'm gonna be doing it from my mom's basement.
Which is in Eric's yacht.
Which is in Eric's yacht. I don't know. Did you hear about this? I actually never heard about this. I was just so disconnected from a lot of the news for so long. In May, just this past May, was it May 3rd? In Mexico City, they had a metro train collapse. Did you hear about this?
I did actually hear about this very peripherally. I much like Gord, stopped paying attention to the evening COVID report.
So for those that don't right now, which was me until I found this article, 26 people were killed when an overpass and train carriage on a Metro Line 12 suddenly plummeted onto a stream of cars.
That sucks.
Which is really bad. Now, I mean,
I just made my last payment.
Right? Son of a bitch. I mean, the fact that you have a commuter train that collapsed onto a street and only 26 people died, that's just impressive.
36 were killed by drug dealers while that happened.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So really. But what's funny is they finished a Norwegian company has done their analysis. It's a 180-page analysis done by this Norwegian company, DNV, about what happened with this accident. And they figured out it came down to, I'm going to read you this actual quote because the wording is genius.
The train was actually on cocaine.
That's why it never stopped. A deadly Mexico City metro collapse in May was caused in part by missing bolts in the beams of an overpass that already had deficiencies before an important earthquake.
Oh, Mexico. You're like the Florida of foreign countries. I love you.
I don't understand the wording of important earthquake. Would you use the word important for that? I wouldn't. Like,
they probably meant like significant.
Important.
I like it. It's a very important earthquake.
This is genius. So yeah, so there's some missing bolts, and apparently that there was some other issues already that were going on with that thing.
No, you don't say on a Mexican train.
Right?
I never thought it.
Now, the funny thing, the collapse put pressure on close allies of the president, as well as Carlos Slim, Latin America's richest man, whose construction company was responsible for building the hard line that collapsed.
Wow, what's that guy's name? Sorry, I missed it.
So his name is Carlos Slim.
Yeah, I love that's his real name, guys.
That's his real name.
Slim. That sounds very Mexican.
Will the real Carlos Slim Shady please stand up, because you are, sir, Slim Shady.
And your Mexican company forgot to put the bolts in the train. Jesus Christ.
It's just so good. The deficiencies left the structure operating as two independent girders that took on weight it was not designed to handle.
Wow.
It's just incredible. So there you go.
The worst thing is that's not surprising at all. But that's like, and a good thing that we just renegotiated a free trade agreement that's dependent on them making like 30% of our vehicles.
Now, the other part of this thing it says here is that the firm said that other possible factors included deficiencies in the beams themselves and the design of the actual framework.
Well, it's all just built out of parts of Trump's wall that they ripped down. So that was their first mistake.
This is what happens when you have everything that's made in the USA.
Oh, Mexico. How do you live in Mexico and not just go, what the fuck are we doing living in Mexico? Like,
and
the places,
go ahead.
The drug cartels have more say than the police because they're less corrupt.
Yep.
And these are your construction companies. Everyone's robbing everyone and just building shitty, like a bridge with no bolts in it.
Well, here's the crazy thing. So
Don't you
sections
think
of
those
the
two girders should be attached? No, they're fine.
they're fine. I put some gum in between it. Fuck, relax. The sections of the collapsed overpass were in compromised condition before a serious 27 earthquake that caused damage to parts of the metro. And then poor welding practices were also observed by the auditor. So you got bad welding, you've got bad structural design, you've got the beams themselves are all compromised, and the motherfuckers didn't bother putting some bolts in. I bet you the whole thing came down to the guy's like, man, I am tired. He goes, look, this bridge is going to collapse anyways. Fuck the bolts. Let's just go for lunch.
But didn't someone look at it before they opened it for business? Like,
No, I think in Mexico, they tell you what's wrong, and then they just let you open up.
how did they not? Someone get, hey, excuse me. Oh, shut up. Excuse me.
Shut up.
I was in the bathroom. I forgot to put these. No, you didn't. Shut up. Okay. I got all these bolts in my pocket at the end of the day. I don't know what they're for. Then I hear my bridge fell down. I feel terrible. Now
All
I
I
know what
know
they're
is-
for.
Wasn't me.
It's like, it's just, yeah, no, it never is.
No.
It's never the construction company's fault either. Well, at least in North America, in our parts of North America, that construction company would fight for the next 20 years trying to prove that it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
I think in Mexico, they just take the blame because then they just pay off somebody and nothing happens anyway. That's just, don't go there, people. Don't give this country your tourist money. Everyone's like, it's so terrible in Mexico. I can't believe what goes on there. Well, stop going there and giving them all your money. 1 million of us go there every year. Canadians, 1 million Canadians go there every year. And give them money. Where do you think that money goes? Goes to shitty construction and bad drug cartels.
Yeah.
So
And
if
the
you don't
president's
want
good
it to
friend.
continue, then don't patronize them with your money. That's how you stop it.
It's not that difficult to figure out.
Well, I'm not going to not go to Cancun on spring break. Well, fuck you, then you know what's going to happen. Just don't cross a bridge while you're there, apparently.
Oh, man.
People drive me nuts. I do want to tour. I really wish you and I had some time to just go on tour and we could go to Florida and then Mexico. Flights are cheap right now. Not to Toronto. Fuck, they're insane. But I would like to still get out there and do a live show if we can. And if you guys would support it, I haven't got any email telling me not to, so. Would love to do that. By the way, I don't know. I forgot to send this picture to you, Gordon. I don't know if I can just put up a picture here. We were voted in the in player.com's like top 20 what if podcasts.
Oh.
Most of them are about Marvel's what if comics, but we made the list at like the top 20 world's best what if comics or what if podcasts because what if we're right. So that was kind of cool. I meant to send you a picture and I forgot.
Huh. Well, that's.
But there you go. We are player.com's top 20 what if podcasts. The other ones are all dumb. So that's something that happened this week. That's about it. I don't know anything else that happened this week. I've not been paying attention because I don't care about COVID.
No, not in the slightest.
But
I just like to laugh at it.
anyone who doesn't know late 80s, early 90s music, this is the episode for you to get all caught up.
That's what I love about our podcast. You never know what you're gonna get. We're like
No,
Forrest Gump in a box of chocolates.
We never know what you're going to get. That's the best part.
We can have whatever we want structured ahead of time. It's not. It'll never hit the thing.
No point. Not necessary. Hey, don't you guys want to read your script? Not necessary. We're fine. Yeah, so there. That was fun. I think we're done. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Well, that was a long. We went long. I'm pleased. I hope it sounds as good as I think it does. Because that was a lot of fun.
Yes. Sorry.
Next week, kids, we'll be very prepared for you because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be all election-y, I think, probably. We didn't even talk about that. I don't really care, to be honest.
No, there's no point.
I'm not enthused about it whatsoever. I don't care who wins. I don't like either of them. And Jagmeet's not running away with it, unfortunately. I want the Bloc Quebecois to win. Fuck, why not?
By the way, when you have a moment, take a look at the People's Party of Canada. Take a look at their platform.
Oh, I love that party.
You're gonna read that. You're gonna be like, I'm all over this.
That's Maxime Bernier's party.
Yeah,
Maximum Burn. I do like Maximum Bernier. I like that his name is Burn. Yay! It's like he's cheering at a fire. That's it, kids. That's all I got. I'm gonna sign off. So thanks for everything. You guys are great. You're my favorite people on the planet. Unless you're not listening, in which case, fuck you. But you're not hearing that, so fuck you again. Until next week, kids. Take care of each other.
Fuck a duck. Whatever. I don't care.
Gross. They got those spirally dicks. Don't forget that.
You fuck the duck. Don't let the duck fuck you.
60% of ducklings are a product of rape, you guys. Just so you know. Good night.
Cheers.
Ending on that. Yep. There we go.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical services.